Alright, guys. It is Monday, May 23rd, 2022 at 11:48 a.m. Alright, guys, let's start with the verse of the day from dailyverses.net. It says, "No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize." 1 Corinthians 9:27. Alright, let's start uh, the video with being on Space River News on YouTube. Alright, pretty much uh, the disturbances that are in the Atlantic and in the Gulf have started. So, as you see here, you see the disturbance with the X over Alabama and parts of Mississippi and Georgia and parts of Florida. It's pretty much a little bit inland right now, and it's affecting the region. The next disturbance is in the Pacific, disturbance 1 with a 20% chance of development. So the Pacific storms are starting to possibly develop. Here, 2%, number 2, which is 30% chance of development. So there's multiple storms possibly with 30% chance of development and 20% chance of development in the Pacific. And there's also that storm that's going over in Mississippi and the southern regions. It is not a named storm. Let's take a look at the National Hurricane Center so you guys can check it out. Alright, so as you see here, it's not a named storm. It says an area of low pressure moved inland overnight along the north-central Gulf Coast of Mexico and is now located over south-central Alabama. The low is expected to continue to move over the land today, and tropical cyclone development is not expected. However, locally heavy rains associated with the system will continue to spread eastward across portions of the southeastern United States over the next day or so. Additional information on the rainfall and flooding potential can be found in products issued by the National Weather Service Forecast Office. Alright, so information chance through 48 hours is low near 0%. Information chance through 5 days is low near 0%. So it's not going to be developing into a stronger storm because it's now inland and not getting energy from the warm waters of the Gulf. But it will be bringing rain and flooding. So this whole area here in the south, please be aware for flooding, rain, thunderstorms, hail, anything that the storm decides to kick up. So heads up, guys. Alright, let's take a look again at me on Space River News on YouTube, the community tab. This is why I keep bringing up the community tab to you guys. If you really feel like checking out my news, check out my community tab. I share more that sometimes I don't even cover on videos on my community tab. Alright, so here's the storm from the Gulf 10 hours ago. As it was heading inland, as you see, I didn't make a video about it heading inland. That's why it's good to check out my community tab. Because I have information just spread all throughout the evening if I'm awake, just sharing information. So you see the image of the storm coming inland over Pensacola, parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama as it landed yesterday, 10 hours ago. Alright, also, this is other news. As I was in the community tab, I have this. It says, "Forbidden for Israel to sign World Health Organization treaty thing." It says, "Hey family, as we know, the WHO meeting is starting today as a resolution that will give their sovereignty during health emergencies. Now they are trying to block Israel from signing the World Health Organization." Alright, the last ending part, I added it because I can't read into the article, but there is a link right here, so you guys can check it out. But they're telling the committee for Israel that Israel can't sign it, and the reason why the committee is saying that, or Israel is saying that, is because they can't give their sovereignty away. Israel can't do that. So it is basically forbidden by the laws of whatever, the Council of Israel. So it is forbidden for Israel to sign with the World Health Organization. The link is here on my community tab, so you guys can check that out. That's pretty spooky, showing the things that are happening. It's pretty biblical, pretty much. When towards the end of the Bible, pretty much all the countries align against Israel. The people who love God and Israel will not stand against God and Israel, but those people or those countries that decide to stand against it, this could be the beginning of it, the World Health Organization thing. Who knows? It just reminds me of what's in the Bible. Alright, next, here's 14 hours ago. Coast exceeding 35 kts tropical storm force cannot be ruled out as the system heads inland. And here is a possible track for it as it heads inland, going over Alabama, parts of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and out back possibly into the Atlantic if it is strong enough. So heads up for all the regions in front of this storm system coming through. Alright, so 17 hours ago, Mitt Romney calls on NATO to prepare for potential Russian nukes. That is a big red flag, guys. That's like a bing, bing, bing. Pay attention. Mitt Romney calling for NATO to prepare for potential Russian nukes. Alright, and then there's a graphical of the storm before it landed. And then also Canada having lost power, over 900,000 homes, nearly a million homes lost power on May 22nd. Alright, guys. Also, I leave links to videos that I watch that are really inspirational, really help out with the news that's happening right now. We have been warned this is happening next month. Do not divide Jerusalem. This is a good video to check out from Brother Chad discussing the plans that the Biden administration to travel to Israel next month in June, and with a whole mission and attempt to divide Jerusalem. I don't know how accurate that is, if it's actually going to happen or not, but that video covers that information with the possibility of that happening. It's pretty informational, and I love Brother Chad and all his videos. Watchman on the Wall 88, he's a pretty cool guy. Alright, next we had a 6.3 earthquake south of Fiji Islands that happened a day ago. So I share all this information Monday to Tuesday. These are the possible areas that could have severe weather. So heads up, guys. But let me click it so you guys can see it better. Alright, so you guys see the full picture. All of basically the southern areas from North Carolina to Florida, parts of Texas, all the way up to the Dakotas, and parts of Idaho, Montana, and Washington and Oregon, possibly getting a possibility of severe weather Monday to Tuesday. Alright, guys, so we have also Zero Hedge that I share. Let's start strange sounds. Share the news other than just my community tab. I always leave the link for these so you guys can check it out, all the articles on it. It says worst floods in 20 years hit Bangladesh, killing at least 10 and affecting millions, videos and pictures. So please pray for the people of Bangladesh, and please pray for everybody because we all need prayer. Stay in Jesus. Amen. Alright. Also, mysterious giant humanoids discovered on the ceiling of an Alabama cave. So, I believe giants existed, like I said in the Bible, and we have the evidence throughout history for it, for so many cases, but it's important to remember that it was spooky, and who knows what could show up in tribulation times. So, but it's mysterious giant humanoids discovered on the ceiling of an Alabama cave. That's pretty spooky too. Alright. Also, powerful derecho storm slams Ontario and Quebec, Canada, killing 5 and leaving a trail of destruction. So please pray for the people in Canada. That could possibly also be why all these power outages happen in Canada. The derecho storm that slammed into Canada. Alright, as well, watch out for common SW3. It may cause a massive meteor shower with more than 1,000 fireball per hour in late May. This is pretty interesting. It reminds me of biblical times. Alright, next. In March 2021, NTI partnered with the Munich Security Conference to conduct a tabletop exercise simulating a global pandemic involving an unusual strain of monkeypox caused by a terrorist attack using a pathogen engineered in a laboratory. So, I'll leave you guys the links for screenshots so you guys can check this article too. Who knows if they had this planned or not? I don't claim to know, but you can't say that they didn't at least exercise to possibly have a global pandemic involving monkeypox, because they had the exercises planned out and they did that at least to prepare for it before anything happened. So I'll leave a link to the article as well. It says the coming catastrophe. Ukraine says May grain exports down more than 60% compared to 2021 in latest alarming signs of international food crisis. So that's pretty spooky with the grain exports being down more than 60%. Please pray for the whole world and everybody who could possibly be facing hunger. We all need your prayers at this time in the world. We all need to pray for each other. Alright. The surest and most inevitable source of collapse is that one day we will run out of resources. That sounds like an interesting article. I'll leave you guys the link so you guys can check that out as well. Alright, let's go to Zero Hedge. It says, Biden misspeaks in vow to respond militarily if China attacks Taiwan. White House walks it back. So Biden was talking about how it will the country will vow to respond militarily if China attacks Taiwan. That's a big red flag, guys. And the White House is walking it back, trying to walk back what Biden said as to not create conflict. But that is pretty spooky. Also, Goldman Sachs research analyst shot dead in New York City subway. Please pray for him and his family. Alright, next, Putin's blockade of Ukraine ports a declaration of war. UN warns. So Putin's blockade of Ukraine ports a declaration of war. The UN warns. So look what the UN is warning about. If they're using the Ukraine situation to create war and take advantage of things, it is quite interesting that this is happening. That Putin's blockade of Ukraine is causing this. So please have everybody in your prayers. This isn't too long a video, hopefully, but have everybody in your prayers and watch over each other. Remember to love God above all else and to love your brothers as yourself. Pretty much when we love one another and watch over one another, it pretty much heals and covers a multitude of sins. So please love one another. It's the best soul medicine when we care for one another. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more videos, and God bless you guys. See you guys next time.